to connectivity. We were just at the AT&T store and they said that it was very interesting that folks were dealing with all kinds of different stuff. And I had 3 webinars last week and something happened to kill every one of them, including the one I had on Friday, which was entertainment. So hopefully this will stay together tonight and we can get started. So I appreciate everybody getting in and we're going to try and get us through as much as we can. You'll notice I'm on a headset partially because all of my grandchildren are now here. So my house is going to be a little crazy this week. We are in the process of rebuilding the barn. The good news is I've got all kinds of the lectures are all available and ready to go for folks. So again, we're just going to try and get through as much as we can to figure out what's going on. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, so if you join into the screen, remember that we are finishing up a test, and that test on simple harmonic motion is due tomorrow. The laboratory is, or not the laboratory, the quiz is also due tomorrow. So up under assignments, there's that quiz, and my recommendation is to do the quiz first. And before you start the test, I haven't looked to see how things have gone in, but I want to make sure that you guys remember that that is there. Also remember that your sound homework isn't due until Saturday, but your test is due tomorrow, so you may want to be doing that sound homework and getting it done so that you can get that all taken care of. So that's where we are there. I think everybody has found all the helps for the simple harmonic motion, the 1 over r squared, and the simple pendulum. I did have a question on Friday. The simple pendulum that said there were conflicting instructions. That's because I gave you the instructions from my Physics 1 class, but for my Physics 2 class, I want you to look at the small angle assumption in addition to what you do for your Physics 1 class. So want to have that in there. The speed of sound lab, I've left it up to you which one of the mini labs that are available for that one. There's a lot of them that are available. You can use an echo, you can use the tone generator, you can use the Firefox. I've had a lot of people use the one with the ruler, and that works really well. Just pick which one and tell me about it in your particular example. So, and if you want to do the toilet paper tube one, that one's also a good one to do if you have the stuff lying around the house. But I tried to make sure that people had that available to them. The last sound lab that we're going to do is going to be in the Exploring Electrostatics. You will have your Doppler effects lab, and we'll come back to that here in just a second. But I wanted to point out under the assignments, you have the weekly plan for this week. And I have gone in and I have put all the due dates for all the materials that this week. Remember that your exam needs to have the statement that it's your own work. So just as a reminder for that. But you do have that one right there so that you've got all of those in there. And it does show you your sound homework and all of the dates. I had somebody contact me about dates that were showing up in the grade book as March dates. I didn't even think you could see those assignments because they hadn't been issued yet. And so I hadn't fixed the dates from spring yet, but there are no March due dates and they are coming up later this semester. So those are now fixed as well. So those are there. Question, just in case things go to heck in a handbasket, because they did just before I had to reboot my router. I had to reboot everything. So, If you need lecture videos, they are here. You want to start with static electricity. You want to start with that, and you want to have that one in there. And then you want to make sure that you've got the other materials that are in here. So these are 3 charges in 2 dimensions. So that's going to get there. The electrostatic force between 2 charges. That one is also there. And then you've got your comparison of forces, and that's the comparison of forces between gravitational forces between a proton and an electron, as well as the electrostatic forces between a proton and electron. So you have all of those will get us going along those lines. So any questions about what's due or where to find something? All right.